What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? No, he doesn't even know what it's called. What's it called?
Wow. Well, I think we started.
Yeah, hell yeah. Here
How
we
are
are.
you, buddy?
I'm doing so good, man. I had so much fun last night. Like
Me too, dude.
We just, and it
You're
wasn't even
fucking
night, really, was it?
Burnt.
I'm so burned. I mean, you can probably see, go, ooh, the lighting's bad. No, the lighting's great. My face is horrible.
He's red.
I got so sunburned at the beach. I did that thing where you spray the spray stuff, spray
just, like,
sunscreen.
Yeah.
And I forgot that the wind, like Jenny took a video of it. Not even a little bit of it got on my face.
That's
I was
so
spraying it
funny.
into the wind, and it's just like you just see it go.
And then you like swore up and down that it got on your face.
It felt wet. My face felt wet, but I think it was like a light mist, like a Six Flags fan that sprays a little.
Right.
Like,
I mean, you're also near the ocean.
yeah, and I never reapplied it like an idiot. And then the next day, we go to our buddy Kyle's house, and we drink in the boiling sun.
It was hot as fuck.
It was so
dude.
hot, and so I got double burned, and now I just look like a real problem. And
You don't look like a problem, but you do look like, I mean, sorry to contradict. If you think you look like a problem, I support you.
Don't.
But, but you do look like a specific type of white guy who like,
Dude, yeah.
who just, it looks like you say stuff like, whoa, Bob Marley flags. You know what I mean?
Well, when it happened, I actually had a shirt because I sweat like a crazy person. So I have to cut the sleeves off of some of my shirts, especially ones that are yellow,
Sure.
because they look disgusting, like gravy stains. And so I cut them off, and then I use that, like when I had the sunburn, I had my shoulders very sunburned. So I wear the sleeveless shirt, and I put like aloe on my burn. But I literally have a red neck and a sleeveless shirt, and I'm just walking around, and Jenny was like, you look like the biggest, dumbest redneck in the world. Like, you look so ridiculous. So I had a cut off yellow shirt with a corn cob on it. Like I was like going for an audition. And,
Damn. Wow.
I just look insane. And
Wait,
I
this was at
so
the beach?
Burnt. This was like the day after where I was just like,
I just don't remember you wearing a shirt. You're just at home. I meant like,
Yeah.
we were at this party together, and I didn't remember you looking like that. is
no,
what
I
I'm
had
asking.
to change. But
Sure.
and then I have that holder's hat, which looks like it's just look like a trucker cap, and I just look insane. But it was so fun. I don't care. I don't care that I got burned. We had so much fun. We laughed so hard.
And the burn isn't really that bad. It's just noticeable. That's all.
Yeah.
And we did really, So it was. If you're listening to the show, you probably know who Kyle Ayers is.
Funniest
He's a
guy in the world.
Great friend.
He's got
of
a
both
brand
of
new
ours.
brain.
We're both on his. Yeah. He had a brain transplant. And we've both been on his podcast a lot. He's been on my show, Good Heroin, a bunch. Kyle and I have a Twitch show that we do together sometimes called Awful
great.
Level League. He's the best. It was his birthday. He, I guess, is rich because he has a yard.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I think he got like a rich man's brain.
Yeah,
And
right.
then it came with all his money.
Well, when they gave him the new brain, they put a bunch of money in there too. And he just, whenever he like taps the side of his head, a bunch of change comes out of his ear.
He also, it sounds like he clearly got a criminal's property because he was like, yeah, they left really fast and left us a shed and a bunch of lights and furniture. And you're like, I
it's true.
think it was...
Because I think we were standing out there being like, are you rich?
Yeah, what
you have
happened?
not only do you have a yard, you have patio furniture. Because they do. They had like a bunch of patio furniture, and there's a shed, and there's like little raised small gardens. They look like
it's really weird.
It looks like what bar shuffleboard looks like a raised table about that height, but like cut in half. And there's like a little garden in there. And they were like, oh yeah, no, the last people just left this, and we asked the owner, they don't want it, and she was like, yeah, I can't get a hold of them. It's like, yeah, dude, those people.
It also makes me go like, how gullible are we? Where they like, you killed a family and took their house. They left their cars, pictures of their kids. They left their
dog.
safe full of money. I don't know. We got a new dog.
Yeah.
We're all like, cool.
They moved right out, and we were like, wow, 3 free coffins. Crazy. We're keeping these, and we're going to put them in there.
Yeah, that's right. Our friend Kyle's a murderer.
He's a murderer. Kyle Ayers, you heard it here first. We're outing him.
Don't tweet at him. We know you will. Don't do it.
Please don't. But just remember and never tell him that you know that he kills people and that you hate him as a result. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
don't do that. He's wonderful.
Don't do anything. We're kidding.
Which I think was obvious, but then at the end when I said, I started saying harbor ill will against him, I felt like I had to correct
we said tweet at Steph, and then thousands of people did.
Yeah.
It felt like daily.
Just millions. And she was like, what? Who are these people? She was at the party yesterday not having any fun because her dog was just rooting through the fucking fence.
Oh, yeah, I
her
know.
dog is so much fun, but it is just always like, what is that? She will not chill.
Steph shows up to a party like in Christmas Vacation when Randy Quaid showed. It's just so cacophonous, like loud dogs. Steph is like jumping over fences and like eating a whole pizza in one go and then like chugging a bit. Like she's just like, Steph has more energy than any human being on earth.
You can always tell Steph showed up at a party if there's a white cloud in the middle of the yard.
But I love it. It's so on brand. You always know the party's just getting a little funner. And it's just a lot.
It was such a good party. Yeah, man. That was especially cool because Steph's one of my best friends of all time.
Funniest comedian there's
ever lived. I hadn't seen her in like 2 months probably. And then there were a bunch of people I hadn't seen. Rob Hayes was there, who we're going to have on the show.
Funniest guy in the world.
Oh my God. Funniest guy ever. And Kyle was obviously there. And Jenny
was
girlfriend,
there.
who's also funny as shit.
So funny. Jeff Singer was there. He booked the party.
Yeah, we all got booked.
We all got booked on the...
We're going to do a JFL, Jeff for Laughs. It's this new festival.
Jeff for Laughs. Well, we already renamed JFL. We didn't even need any... we didn't even...
Yeah, do my festival, Jeff fucking loser.
Yeah, let's rename it. Maybe a couple other things other than laughs.
Yeah.
Maybe...
NFL, not for laughs.
Oh boy,
truly just like Jeff. Wow, yeah. What would we call it?
Jeff. You can't beat Jeff for laughs.
It's Jeff. No, it doesn't work.
The little green guy's got a nice little fedora on. Oh yeah.
It's I'm almost got it. What's an L? What's an L? What happened? What's an L event?
Longboard, low rise, high cut jeans.
Loud, not laughs. What's loud?
Lana Turner, Larry the Cable Guy, Atlanta.
How about I'm just trying to think because the J is Jeff and the F is Fedora is what I'm saying.
Jeff
Fedora
ladies.
ladies. Anyway, he definitely wasn't there.
No, we were kidding. But everything else we said was true.
Kyle has this great tiny dog named Mojo, and then Steph brought her dog, and they were playing. And then these people I didn't know showed up,
fun,
and they brought another small dog. And so anyway, it's our great friend's birthday, and then a lot of our favorite people were there. I hadn't seen a lot of them. Will Weldon was there. I hadn't seen him in fucking forever, and he's really funny. Joe McAdam was there. He's really fucking funny.
Ryan Singer,
hell yeah, dude.
This
was Danny Solomon, Adam Newman. It was like a lot of funny people, and
it was so fun.
And also, pretty much everyone there was coupled up, which was cool to see. Not everybody, but there were a lot of couples, and it's just kind of nice to be like older people's significant other is there. They're funny. A lot of times they're way funnier than your friends.
I always like when they say something hugely embarrassing about the friend you know, and they'll be like, "You wait till you see what during quarantine, this piece of shit." I love it. That's what I think is the best thing about a couple. Is like, I guess, lightly making fun of your partner publicly is just a joy, and especially if they're not clearly about to break up. Then it's horrible and gut wrenching, and you're like, wow, you're just hurting each other's feelings.
Oh my God,
openly.
When it turns from that light making fun to a real fight, that is the That is the quickest temperature shift in my life.
Oh yeah, I got a little hot just thinking about it.
Yeah,
I can feel the sweat. It's like, in the dinner party episode of The Office when they start like actually like, I'm the devil, I'm the devil. Like, it's like, God.
Oh my God. Well,
yeah, it's the worst. But none of that happened. It was so good and
it was
positive.
he has this like backyard. It was really in the sun, and he was grilling, so it was hot. But then
so hot,
sort of
hot.
naturally. As like the party thinned out a little bit, a group of chairs formed in a circle, and Kayla and I were talking about how number one favorite thing on earth, and it probably is the reason I'm a comedian, is that my favorite thing ever is to sit in a circle with 3 to 12 people.
3 to 12, yes.
And I'd go even less, down to 10, 3 to 10. Actually, honestly, here's what it is. It's really 2 to 6 people.
Yes.
That's my favorite. But for some reason, the collection of people yesterday was so good that it was still fucking solid with 12 people sitting in a circle.
Yeah. It was just a dream.
And like the shade had come across the lawn a little, and we had all hit a good like 3 or 4 hours of drinking, and we were sitting there. Everyone was cool. We all didn't even really know each other that well. I was getting to know people as we were sitting there, and people were making fun of each other and accepting it. No one was like being a dick or getting weird. We were all just like friends, being silly together, like talking about things we liked, making fun of each other for things we liked. One of our friends, we found out their favorite type of hot dog is boiled.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what is happening?
Oh, yeah.
But that conversation,
she defended it like it was as important as a war, like where she was like, I will not abandon my countrymen.
Totally. And we all made fun of her for it, but no one was an asshole about it. And she accepted the getting made fun of for it and didn't get hurt. And it was like a mutualistic thing where it was we're all being kind, but also real funny about it. It was just a wonderful day.
Oh yeah. And then 30 minutes would pass and somebody would be like, yeah, what are you going to boil a hot dog? And then it was right back to,
and
no one could
believe it.
all
right.
And she'd be like, they're fine grilled. We'd be like, fine. Oh, we couldn't handle it. Oh, it was so fun.
It was so much fun. And literally, like, she was so adamant, like, no, you don't understand. There's this place in my hometown that boils them this specific way, which I know, like, it just saying that out loud sounds so insane. But by the end of it, I believed her, and I want one of those hot dogs.
I know. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
No shit.
Let's Postmate it all the way from Indiana.
I had my version of that too, because I was going around the party telling people that the Hobbit movies are better than the Lord of the Rings,
which is all. That's another unpopular opinion.
Similarly insane.
One of the least popular opinions.
I know. People were more ready to believe a boiled hot dog is better than the Hobbit movies.
More people think the earth is flat than like the Hobbit's better than the Lord of the Rings. That, like, when you told me that, I couldn't even, like, I almost exploded like a gusher.
No, people like truly short circuit when you say that to them.
Yeah.
I was saying to Will Weldon, I was like, I after seeing, and this is actually, I think, one of the reasons why, after what happened was I watched all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, then I watched Lord of the Rings, and then I watched The Hobbit. And I think one of the things that helped me along this opinion is that the Marvel movies, every single one of them, just like the Lord of the Rings, the thing that moves the plot forward is that we have to stop blank from blowing up the entire universe. And that's the plot of the Lord of the Rings. And The Hobbit is a story of a group of people trying to go home.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, and I watched it and I was like, why is every fucking action movie or epic story all about the end of everything? And it was just nice. And I also have a lot more arguments of why I like the Hobbit movies more. But I was saying that to Will, and he was like, yeah, wow, totally, I get that. And I was like, and that's why I like the Hobbit movies more than the Lord of the Rings. And he goes,
Yeah, it's a lot for people to process.
But what a good day. And we just sat there, and I didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to leave. And
and we didn't.
And we really didn't.
We didn't. We live with Kyle and his murdered family.
And if you're not watching on YouTube, you can't see that Kyle's here tied up.
Shout out to Abby Finch's boiled hot dogs. It's the only thing he will be eating for the next several weeks.
We boil hot dogs, we watch The Hobbit, and we don't let Kyle out of his hole.
You know, another unpopular pit. Jenny told me this when we were at the beach. She goes, I'm afraid to say, but the Beach Boys are better than the Beatles, and I don't care who knows it. I don't care. And I was like, she was like, Pet Sounds is better than anything. And I was like,
I actually do agree that Pet Sounds is better than every Beatles album. I do. I don't know if I agree that the Beach Boys are better than the Beatles, because the Beatles just have so many more songs in general.
Yeah. Well, I'd say they're better than the Beatles till 1965. That's for sure. I don't give a fuck about pre Rubber
the Beatles
Soul.
were in sync until 1965. They were. But I mean, dude.
Is that Hugh Jackman on your cup?
It is. I have a bunch of
wow, I like it.
Hugh Jackman merch, because the warehouse I work in, I haven't been there in a year and a half because of COVID, but I work in a merch warehouse where they manage the merch accounts of different artists. For the longest time, their biggest account was Brockhampton, and that went by the wayside. Yeah. And then it's Kehlani is one of their artists, and a few other ones. And then one of the accounts they got was Hugh Jackman, because Hugh Jackman was touring as a musician.
What?
Because he was in The Greatest Showman on Earth, and that's one of the most popular movies ever. And so he would of Broadway songs, but also his live show was he would come out and sing songs, and then they would show clips just of X-Men. I think.
Hell yeah.
And then he would sell mugs and shirts and pens and notebooks, and the mugs are gold, and they have a picture of him on him, and I'll hold it up for if you're watching the video.
I'll tell you.
On the other side it says, "The man, the music, the show."
I've been a Jackman head for a long time. I've always thought I loved...
They're called jack-offs.
Jack-off. I've been a jack-off since the jump. I loved him in Oklahoma. I watched it on PBS one night randomly, a really high quality, Hamilton style filmed production of Oklahoma. Killer.
I'm not
Bad
a fan
Education,
of Oklahoma, and that's why I call it No-Oklahoma.
No-Oklahoma.
Oakland no more.
With a comma instead of exclamation. So he's amazing in that. Bad Education is one of the best movies of last year. He's incredible in it. I mean,
he's a great actor.
And
The Prestige is great.
So good.
Yes.
And he's I feel like doesn't get everybody just thinks he's Wolverine. I don't think he's getting Oscars, but he's amazing. And
it is weird too, because Wolverine not all the X-Men movies are good by a long shot. Some of them are good.
The first two I like a lot.
I especially like two.
Two, yeah.
Two was really good. And there's another one in that regular, before they started to have First Class and Origins and shit like that. I think maybe Days of Future Past I really liked. Or maybe that was the first one that was about the younger ones.
Is there anything that sounds like we named it more than Days of Future Past?
Terrible name.
That sounds like we're making fun of Christopher Nolan.
But then Logan was great.
Still haven't seen Logan.
Dude, Logan tonally is a lot like Dark Knight. We should watch it.
Let's watch it right now.
Okay. I don't give a fuck. I'll end this podcast to watch one movie. I'll tell you,
when I remember seeing and being in the theater when Wolverine pulls down his two claws and then gives you the finger with one of the claws.
Oh, yeah.
I remember thinking that made me laugh. So I blew my mind. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to be a comedian.
Yeah.
That's the greatest visual finger. Oh, man. Changed my life, that movie.
He's great.
Give it up for Hugh Jackman.
And what were we talking about before I was talking? We were talking about the party.
The party, good friends, fun in the sun.
It was just fun. It was just a good ass day.
What a day. What a day.
Oh, no, we were talking about unpopular opinions.
Yeah,
and Jenny said Beach Boys.
She likes the Beach Boys better than the Beatles.
It's a weird thing where actually I would say that, you know what that's similar to? I have a hard time convincing comedians that there is a comedian who is a really, really fucking good, talented, artistically impressive comedian named Hippie Man.
Right. And Hippie Man's incredible.
Hippie Man is one of the best comedians, not only working now, but of all time.
Yeah, in the world.
His name's
He's so
John
funny.
Novosad, because he realized at a certain point that he should start going by his real name, because times have changed and he has changed. I think I'd be interested to talk to him about it.
He's still a hippie.
Always, I would imagine.
He's always got a lot of pins. You ever need to borrow a pin? Hippie
And
Man's
I've
got
never
you.
really talked to him about it, but as far as I can tell, what happened was he was a comic in the 80s who wanted to make it in the 80s as a guy who wasn't working out of one of the big cities and wasn't trying to get on TV, and he was trying to be a club headliner, and so he had a thing. He was the Hippie Man, and it honestly, that type of shit, especially comedy clubs like that in the middle of fucking nowhere, and also no one knows stand-ups at all, it helps sell tickets. And so he has long gray hair, and he like has sort of like a burnt out sort of inflection, you know. So he's the Hippie Man, and but he was always just an incredible comedian who that was his thing. And he's gotten older, and the more I've seen him, he's only better.
Yeah,
and
he's
more
incredible
creative
and never loses. I mean, he can make any crowd laugh. It's insane.
And you assume that somebody with a name like that, who's like pigeonholed themselves to be like a road headliner, is corny. That's the thing. You hear that name and you're like, that's a corny thing. He like puts on his costume and he goes and does his costume thing. This is a dude who has probably hours of clean material and hours of dirty material.
Yeah.
He has like long bits that he lives inside of for a long time that are meandering and don't have punchlines, and you laugh because they're artistic and conceptual. And he has hours of one-liners that'll blow your fucking mind. He's one of the best comedians, but nobody knows that. Well, he's working on it. But it's like people, I think, arty comedians, it's like a harder sell.
Yeah.
And same with the Beach Boys, because the Beach Boys, the shit on the radio is this like bubblegum shit.
Yeah.
But what's his name? I fucking for Brian from the
Emo.
No.
Brian Eno. Brian Simpson.
Brian Eno.
Regan. Brian
driving creative force of the Beatles. I'm just forgetting his name.
Brian Smiley. Brian.
Let's
Beach.
not worry about
Brian
it.
Beach.
Let's let it go. He had like crazy mental illness and was this like insane genius. Who was like a feminist for his time, as far as I know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like lyrically, he had like really understanding lyrics where he would talk about being obsessed with a woman, but say it's like not her responsibility inside.
Pretty good.
Yeah, like there's this one, I'm forgetting what the song is, but it was just like how I'll die without you, but I'm okay. Don't worry about it. But like this is how much I love you. It's like what the lyrics are.
Love it.
He made, have you seen the cover of the album Surf's Up?
No.
It's Paul Revere dead on his horse.
Whoa.
That's like the cover of Surf's Up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Their shit is like dark and weird and fucked up, and the rest of the band didn't want him to make songs like that. And he was like, no, this is what it is. I write the songs. And they were all angry and thought they were going to lose their career. I think that a lot of people just don't know that the Beach Boys are. I'm with Jenny, is what I'm saying.
I think, you know how Van Morrison's incredible and people think he just sang Brown Eyed Girl, which is like the worst song he ever got near.
Right.
But like he has so many. Astral Weeks is like mind blowing.
He was also, Van Morrison's band was The, right? That was also him, wasn't it?
I don't even know. The
is a great band from the 60s. Yeah, totally. I mean, there's a lot of shit that was a great name for the 60s. The Beatles is a fucking terrible name.
It's so bad. And they're like, but we spell it with an A. Why?
It's a pun.
Oh, the Beatles.
Yeah, totally.
Stop it.
We're the musicals.
They're like, we were the Quarrymen. Should have stayed that.
That sounds great.
Much better. Could have just said all your names.
I also feel like, I mean, the Beatles were, like, as far as pop music goes, innovators, but not really actual musical innovators. like it was impressive that they were that big and they took those risks, right? And also, they're so good at writing pop music. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Best band of all time, it's a hard sell on me.
That is hard. I mean, it's what is the best band? Red Hot Chili Peppers. The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I mean, I like a lot. That's a band that gets a lot of shit, and I like a lot of their songs.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like
the later we get, the less I like them. But also, their first album or two, I'm not crazy about.
I'll say this: Stadium Arcadium is I bought. I think that was the last CD
What's
I
on
purchased.
Stadium Arcadium?
Like 40 songs, way too
Right,
many.
it's 2 discs, right?
It should have been one, but if you take out all the bad songs, Stadium Arcadium is like it's like 18 really good songs.
It's like, well, what are the big songs that were on Stadium Arcadium?
Well, Danny California was like the big hit.
Danny California, right?
And then Snow Hey Hey Oh song, that one. But I love like the songs like Wet Sand is incredible. The Stadium Arcadium is great. I think it's that's something we named Stadium Arcadium. Why is it called that?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they were old. Boy.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, Under the Bridge and Soul to Squeeze are 2 of my favorite songs of all time.
Hell yeah. I'm a fan. We live in California now. You can't not. They did
You
find something.
absolutely can dislike Red Hot Chili Peppers if you live in California. Though Flea is like cool as fuck, man.
Yeah. Who doesn't like Flea?
Did you know he owns the Silver Lake Conservatory of Music?
What?
Which gives...
I can't believe someone named Flea owns anything.
I know. But it gives free tutoring to kids in the neighborhood.
What?
Yeah.
What a sweet man.
Yeah, he's great.
Damn.
And he's like, he's in Big Lebowski. Like, that guy is fucking crazy.
That is very cool.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to What's It Called?
Welcome to What's It Called?
What a fun time we're having already.
We name stuff.
We're so happy you're here. Yeah, it's the Name and Shit show. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I was thinking we might want to... I was going to talk about this with you off mic, but let's just talk about it now.
Let's do it.
We've been just like picking things and renaming them. I'm thinking, what if we shift the concept of the show a little bit and just pick stuff where we actually think the name sucks?
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or rename, like we're doing this week, rename what y'all ask us to rename, which, by the way, our email is whatthehellisitcalled@gmail.com. We love renaming your stuff. If you have, I don't know, anything random, something you don't care about that you want to fuck around and pretend rename it, like your rug or yourself or whatever, or if you actually need a name for your dog or your car or anything, really.
You need
we've
names.
renamed scars and we've
Depression.
renamed businesses. Yeah. If you want to suggest famous things for us to rename, we rename a famous thing every week.
Yeah.
Also, we're now in the month of July. This is the first week of July. And so this whole month, we're not tweeting out famous stuff we're renaming because we've already pre-recorded everything.
That's right.
And also this whole month, we are not shouting out our new patrons, but keep
you'll get them
joining our
later. You'll get them like
We're
next
getting,
month.
in August, it's going to be a fucking shout out dump.
You're not going to
dude.
believe how many shout outs we get.
Dude.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, so sorry if it's taken us a month to shout out your name.
Don't worry.
Everybody who joins our Patreon
love
gets a
you.
shout out. It's patreon.com/what'sitcalled. If you want bonus episodes, look at me saying all the fucking info, huh?
You're a genius.
One more, what'sitcalled.rodeo is our website for a link to all that stuff, including our YouTube if you want video episodes.
Hell
so
yeah.
here's what I was thinking. What if we actually start picking famous shit where we're like, this legitimately needs a new name?
The Shawshank Redemption.
The
One
Beatles.
of the worst names. The Beatles.
Truly.
So
Or like
many horrible
truly
names
trying
out
to
there.
like rename a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Engelbert Humperdinck.
terrible, awful name. Let's try to give him a good name. Steve Aoki is his name now. We did it. Engelbert Humperdinck is now called Steve Aoki 2.
Yeah, Steve.
Man, do you think is Aoki his real last name?
I mean,
Or did it rhyme with karaoke?
maybe.
I have no idea.
I'm thinking Aoki's his real name.
I think so too.
Yeah, we got to rename things that we should rename Trinidad and Tobago because it doesn't need to. Like certain things. Shawshank Redemption. One of the worst names for a movie you want people to see.
Yeah, the Shawshank Redemption. Oh, it's like a movie
Lord.
about like friendship and
Yeah.
just like fighting people in prison. You know what I mean?
Just name it Jail.
Yeah.
Come see Jail.
Jail time. Hard jail. One hard year.
I didn't do it.
Oops.
I like
Man.
Oops. I think you got a Ricky shit for oops.
Good oops.
I like that.
Yeah, so maybe we'll start doing that. And
Hell yeah.
This week, though, we're doing some more of your emails. Again, what the hell is it called at gmail.com. The star of the show is going to be, we have been chosen, truly chosen. Actually, I can tell from the tone of the email that this is a real thing. We have been chosen to actually give a middle name to a person.
Yes, and we're going to do it.
That's insane.
I'm pumped.
That is fucking nuts, dude.
Hey, I'm honored, and this is my life's purpose. We were talking earlier about how it's great to work, it's great to have a purpose.
Yeah.
And I hope this middle name sticks, because my middle name is Benjamin. I only use it for flights and taxes. So, hey, and I misspelled it on my debit card, so I use it that infrequently. So we're going to get you a name at least as good as Benjamin. And I love Benjamin.
We have some more from the past month or two that we have been wanting to name. So we're going to do some of those first. We actually have a couple from Anna who has written in already for us to rename her suicide scars from when she jumped.
Right.
And once again, just to echo, if you haven't heard that episode,
Very
what
good.
A cool, vulnerable thing that you opened up with us, and we're just so happy that it didn't work. Truly.
Hell yeah, it didn't work.
Please stay here. So Anna says, I'm finishing up my bachelor's in financial planning in December, and my parents have promised to get me a car as congratulations. I'm going hybrid for sure, probably a Honda Insight. I like cars that are unique colors, so I'm going to try to get one in a weird color. What should I name my hypothetical future car? Man, Orange Julius.
Orange Julius.
I think get an orange car and name it Orange Julius.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hop in Orange Julius.
Get an olive green car and name it Popeye. Kind of flip it. You know what I mean? You know who it really is, but tell everyone else it's Popeye. Or just call it spinach.
It's interesting that the chicken, the best chicken in the world, is at Popeyes, and he eats spinach. What the hell?
I know.
What's that?
It's not okay.
I never understood that. We'll rename Popeyes.
There's
later.
a lot of things in the world that are lies.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Don't tell me about
The
it.
government, NASA. I mean, what does NASA do? They just hang out in his Hollywood studio talking.
The Laugh Factory.
Yeah, lies.
Tried to unionize, and they wouldn't let us.
Chevron, there aren't any. Everyone acts like Chevron exists, and it doesn't.
What if we name your car Scoop? I think is a fun name for your car.
Wow.
Scoop.
Especially if you get a coupe.
Yeah, if you get a coupe. Scoop the coupe.
Scoop the coupe.
You could name it Gas.
Gas boy.
Yeah, hop in Gas.
Dude, I like Gas boy. Gas girl.
Boy.
Gas lady.
Just name it that.
Oil girl. Yeah, name
it loves the yummy oil.
Trickle. Call it the trickle. Yeah. Oh, man. Saudi Arabia. Yeah, call it that. Gas is funny.
Yeah, Gas boy.
A lot of people out there naming their car Wheels as a joke. Why don't you call your car Pedals?
Pedals. Oh, I like Pedals.
Yeah, totally.
Come here, Pedals.
Let's see.
And whenever you get in your car, right before you get in, go right up to the front, bumper, and give it one of these little scratchies, under its chin. Be like,
oh yeah, give it a scratch under its chin.
Here we go, Pedals.
That's fine.
You jump in there. Ooh.
But I do think it's a key. So she's gonna she's gonna give it a wacky color. Get I imagine you mean either pastel or some sort of neon-esque type of unconventional color. So what's something that comes in neon or wild colors, raving kind of shit?
Ooh, how about they them Fieri?
I think first of all, that making your car non-binary is good in general.
That's right.
It is, after all, a car.
Yes.
And it can't talk to you. So for you to assume they, them, I think is good.
Yeah, they, them. And you get that nice rock and roll Mountain Dew Fieri in there.
Right. They, them theory. That's
yeah, it
funny.
comes in neon.
I guess I'll also say it's not one-to-one because you do get to pick everything about your car. So you, she, he, you do pick.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm saying, I think we have some listeners who have a she car. and I just want to know I accept you too.
That's right. You got.
But I want some non-binary cars in this world. Is what I'm fucking saying.
I'm tired of people naming blimps as men. Only men? There's some lady blimps.
That's true.
And some non-binary blimps.
There's some lady blimps.
Oh, if you got a blimp you want to name, please.
Oh my God. If you have a blimp, no matter what, just email us. I want to meet you. I want to meet people who own a blimp. I want to know someone who owns a helicopter.
Name your car blimp. Please name your car blimp.
Oh, dude, Lady Blimp. Lady Blimp is a good ass name. Holy shit.
What a fun word blimp is.
Oh, man. Okay, so... Oh, man, I'm trying to think of what things with wild colors. You know what? Captain Planet.
Captain Planet. We talked about Captain Planet a lot yesterday.
Captain Planet has some weird-ass colors. Also, what a reference, you know?
Yeah, well, let's all go pile in Captain Planet.
Especially, I didn't even think of it. You're getting a hybrid. Call it Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
Yeah.
I think we gave you 8-9 solid names there, so one of them's going to stick. I feel it.
I also think it's important to note to people that Captain Planet, that it's they, them.
Yeah.
Do not let them gender Captain Planet as a man, please.
Sky Captain Planet.
Sky Captain Planet. Sky Captain and the Planet of Tomorrow.
Hell yeah. That was a good one. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. Anna, thank you so much.
Thanks for writing in.
By the way, I don't know. It was, I hope I talked about gender there. Okay. I was
think
trying
you
to
did.
be.
We're inclusive
That's
of
what I was
all
trying to
cars,
do.
all genders, all
Yeah,
cars.
but the thing is, like, it's being like a cis straight white dude, I just don't want to be a guy that's making light of it. So that's not what I was.
We're saying
doing.
you can name it who you want to be inclusive.
I'm just
as
hoping
possible.
that you heard it that way, y'all who are listening.
Hell yeah. We're doing our best.
So one more from Anna. Anna says, name my miniature plant jungle, please. The one on the left is called a wandering Jew.
What? That's the real name?
What? Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a Tradescantia is the scientific name, but it's called a wandering Jew. And it's really just like a wild plant. It's like, it's got tiny leaves,
Yeah.
but it's just sort of, there's so many tendrils and small leaves that it's like a bush in a pot. That's the one on the left, and the others are unknown succulents. There's like a
Unknown
couple sort of
succulents,
like leafy succulents.
Yeah.
And so she has 3 plants all together, a wandering Jew and 2 succulents against a window with like a cool fucking stripy awning.
I love
there.
it. That looks like a
Yeah.
nice painting.
So I think that you should call it the Amazon rainforest.
How about if you have Wandering Jew and then you have Found Jew? That's fun to say. Found
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty cool.
And then the third one is just called Mike.
No one ever names their plant Mike.
Yeah, totally. Wandering Jew, Found Jew, and Mike. What's the group of them called, though?
Ooh, how about the
3 Amigos.
the Three Amigos?
Just the easiest.
How about what's a good 3? I was gonna say the White Stripes. I forgot that's just 2.
Dude, how about plant base?
Plant base. Ooh,
Yeah, like a moon base, but it's a plant base.
plant base.
Also a pun off vegan shit.
Yeah.
because you'll eat those one day. Eat your cactus.
Eat your
That's my
cactus.
motto. Why do you own the cactus if you're not going to fucking eat it?
Can you eat a cactus? Seems like
Yeah, a lot of times people eat it in order to trip. Mescaline and acid acid's not, but mescaline is like a cactus based.
Cool. I
So
like
is
that.
ayahuasca, I believe.
Name one of your plant's drugs.
Yeah, opium den. That's
How
the
about
name of your guy.
the Thirsty Boys?
Oh, it's sitting on the air conditioner. Okay, how about you call it 3 plants on an air conditioner?
Yeah, 3
Yeah,
men and a
dude.
little baby.
I think call it plant base 8.
Plant base 8. Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't mind plant base 8.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
think we're not totally there yet, though.
Let's get one more dumb one. How about the prickly Peat?
Pete and Pete and Pete.
How about thirsty Thurber? How about I think prickly Pete's fun.
I can't- thirsty. I mean, what are we doing on this podcast?
I don't know.
Why do people even listen to this?
Hey, we're trying to get you good names.
Yeah.
It's fun to have a good name for something.
Let's see.
How about
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker, Chet Hanks, and
Chet Hanks.
Opie.
There's just like no Opie.
Forrest Whitaker, Chet Hanks,
No, I'm
and
trying
Opie.
to think of a name for the group of them.
The group.
That's why I said Forrest Whitaker. You know what I mean? Like
Forrest. Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
Forrest Whitaker then.
Yeah,
Now I'm
okay.
thinking about it.
So they're 3 plants sitting on an air conditioner. So they're cool. And
They are
plants.
Cool.
Captain Planet. How about that?
Hell yeah.
I'm like weirdly stumped looking at 3 plants trying to come up with a name. Because normally, eventually, we get one where I'm like, aha, you know?
Yeah. Ooh, how about food?
The food pyramid.
Food, drugs.
The Holy Trinity.
Well, how about tobacco, alcohol, and firearms?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. The ATF. The ATF is the name of your little plant jungle. We did it. Man. All right, this next one is from Travis. Travis says, "Hey y'all, my boyfriend and I are in a name for our new frog.
Nice.
He is an absolute unit. Holy shit.
Wow.
I love calling something you love a unit.
Yeah.
So he said he is an absolute unit. Oh my God, not my boyfriend, the frog.
Hell yeah.
Well, I believe you that both of them are units.
Nice.
Why would you be dating someone who ain't a unit? Anyway, he is a tomato frog. We can't agree on a name, and the only conclusion is that y'all must name him. We
Yes.
love the show, and I've been listening since the beginning. Feel free to use our names, Rodney and Travis.
Rodney.
Stay awesome and
Travis.
keep on keeping on. And then he gave like a pride emoji of like all the different colored hearts. Also, happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride,
fuck
everybody.
yeah, happy Pride Month to
Hell
y'all.
yeah.
Also, this came out in July,
But
which
hey,
is
we're
after
not-
Pride Month.
We're still prideful.
Fuck yeah.
Hell
happy
yeah.
Pride Month all year. How about that?
Love it. Pride year.
Happy
Happy Pride
Be
year.
yourself all the time,
All year.
and we love you. Yeah. Fuck everyone else.
That's right. And anyone else.
That's a fuck everyone but you. Yeah. You're the only people we like.
That's going to be a good year.
Well, at least for Rodney and Travis.
I got to have a good feeling.
Oh, man. So Rodney and Travis have a tomato frog, and look at this photo, dude. It's just like a little...
He is an absolute unit.
Yeah, just like a fat little red frog
He looks
that's got
stout.
like brown dots on him. Yeah, and he's just like got a look of like, what's up?
Yeah, I
here.
like him.
I'm here. A tomato frog.
Tomato
too,
frog.
Dude. That's great. I think we call him Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. How about Pizzone?
Ooh, Pizzone, dude.
like
I don't
that.
know, man. I feel like Pizza Hut is just such
Pizza
a...
Hut the frog. I love it. I love
We
it.
could go a little bit longer and see if we come up with another, but
How about Pete Doctor?
Pete Doctor is just like such a silly... Oh, that's great, dude. How about... I like tomato-based name. That's what I'm going to be doing. Ragu. We can go with Ragu.
Ragu. Chunky.
Prego.
Prego.
Yeah.
How about salsa?
Ooh, salsa. That's a great name.
Pretty good.
You could call
Guacamole.
him Sally. Guacamole.
Guacamole.
Man, if you get a green frog, call it guacamole and call this guy salsa.
I like that. Tabasco.
It's also, Tabasco. Hot sauce names are great because he's got like a hot saucy color.
How about Texas Pete Doctor?
Oh, man. How about, man, I think Chipotle is a great name for this guy.
Ooh, hell yeah.
How
about Guax Extra?
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Yeah.
How about Dry Heat?
Dry heat, dude.
Call him the Dry Heat.
How about Red Dawn?
Ooh, well, honestly, that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
He's an absolute
So
unit, and he's Red Dawn.
Yeah. And call him Red.
Red.
Yeah.
Red.
Oh, Red. How about just
Blake
Red?
Shelton.
And you know that we're talking about Shawshank Redemption. Blake Shelton. He's calling Blake Shelton.
Name your frog Blake Shelton.
So funny. Blake Shelton does always have a sunburn. It's so weird.
Oh, I forgot again.
Oh, I left the house. Honey, I left the house. Well, lay down. That's her. She's about to put calamine lotion on his face. well, here I come.
That's a great Gwen Stefani.
Oh, that's right.
That's a great Gwen
Oh,
Stefani.
honey, lay down. Your sunburn is bananas. BANANAS.
Blake Shelton, the frog.
Dude, Blake Shelton is a good one. The
I
thing is
like
that
it.
then you got to think about Blake Shelton a lot. And he's like an innocuous figure. He's not so bad.
We
but
should
he's not the
rename him
best.
some week.
I feel like Brad Paisley is maybe a better name for this.
Brad Paisley, the frog.
Totally.
Ooh.
Are we? I feel like for me. So I realize it's my name, so I'm biased. But Pizza Hut. If I had a frog and I called it Pizza Hut, it would just make me laugh every
What's
time.
up, Pizza Hut?
Hey, pizza, get in
Pizza
here.
Hut's out of his cage.
Though maybe you would shorten it to pizza. You would shorten it to Pete.
Pizza.
Pizza Hut. Yeah, dude.
We did it.
It's Pizza Hut.
Yeah, tell us which one you pick. I recommend Pizza Hut.
I feel like you can call him Pizza Hut and then shorten it to Pete, and both of those rule.
Very fun.
Pizza. Hey, that's Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Let us know.
Hey, if you want one of those other ones you think are better, go for it.
Hell
but I think we're voting on.
Yeah,
Pizza
let us know
Hut.
what you do because I'm interested. I like this frog a lot.
PETA-ZA Hut.
I love this frog.
Okay, now your feature act of our choices. Because here's the thing: all of these that we rename, we're not trying to prioritize one over the other. But one of them is a fucking song someone
Right.
wrote and recorded that asked us to name it, and another one is literally a person.
Yep.
These are massive things.
Big talking.
So here's the thing: with this first one, I'm going to read the email, then I'm going to play the song. And we're gonna have to insert the song in later so y'all can hear the best version of it, not just off my computer. So when we play it, Caleb and I aren't gonna talk because you won't be able to hear what we say. We're just gonna insert it later. But we want you to hear it. Yeah. So here's the email. It's from Mr. Fide. Hey, Dave and Caleb.
Hell yeah.
This podcast is a highlight of my week every week. And it's cool to see it turn into the thing it's turning into. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
That's so fun.
You guys really helped me start getting my mental health in order, and you make delivering bread overnight for work feel like delivering bread overnight for work, but fun. Damn, dude.
That's all we want to do.
I really appreciate
What a joke.
an
Good
accurate
joke.
compliment. Don't go overboard. Just I still deliver bread, but I'm having fun. That's great. Thank you. When I'm not working, I make beats/songs under the name Mr. Fide, MISTERFYDE.
Mr. Fide.
At the risk of sounding corny describing myself with other artists, think like Flying Lotus and Square Pusher if they were one person that listens to a lot of math rock.
Whoa.
Damn, dude. That's crazy. I like Flying Lotus and Square Pusher and math rock. That's dope. I am really bad at naming songs, they say. The first song on my first album is a quote from The Good Place that I remembered wrong to give an example of how bad. Speaking of albums, I'm writing my second one right now. It's called Sunrise Valley 2, South Lakes. It comes out, June 28th. Oh, shit. Well, this episode comes out the first week of July, so we'll email you the name
we'll
we
email
came
you
up
our
with.
suggestion. Don't you worry.
Now I have to finish it instead of nitpicking it to death because I picked the date. In a personal breakthrough as far as overcoming my anxiety and reclusiveness, I reached out to friends and other musicians to get art and features and stuff. It's become a whole thing. Anyway, I wrote a song, got my friend Sarah Bell Reed to play some robo trumpet on it, and I'd love for it to be named by you guys.
Sweet.
Love, Justin. Yeah, okay, well, fucking, first of all, thank you so much for thinking of us to help and making us a part of this crazy process where you involved a bunch of artists. Also, I similarly have a project that is going to come out soon that was me involving a bunch of other artists, and I know why you did it. It makes you accountable. It makes you finish your work and get it out. So good for you for doing that, and also good for you for fucking making a record.
Hell
That's
yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
June 28th. So we're a week past, and so I guess we'll find out at the end of July when Caleb and I are back to recording where you're at with it. But at the beginning of August, we'll let y'all know right away what happened. But yeah, let's listen to the song. You gonna fucking open, dude? Are you going to open? Oh, here we go. Dude,
Sweet.
That was so good.
That was great. I wrote down a bunch.
So did I.
Hell yeah.
I have some that I really like too. I did it earnestly. I don't have any joke ones.
Yeah, I got a bunch that I think are really cool.
Man, I really loved that.
That's great.
Justin. I really love that a lot. It's a genre of music I'm slowly getting into more and more, like lo-fi electronic music, lo-fi hip hop. It's like I'm a big nerd for it, and I have this remix album coming out later in the year. And if I had heard this a year ago, I would have asked you to be on it.
Sweet.
Yeah. Wow. That was so good. Yeah. So let's hear some of your names.
All right. We got Cold Water.
Yeah.
I like that one. I have The Born Identity.
Oh, hey. That's fun.
I got The Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
I also thought you could, if you don't want to make it The Sound of Metal, you can make it The Sound of Plastic. As like, I guess I'll take off on it.
Sure.
I got Sleep Paralysis.
Yeah, okay.
I got Tim Watley.
Tim Watley.
He's the dentist in Seinfeld.
Right. Tim Watley.
He also would drug Jerry up, and Jerry would be like half asleep. It kind of reminded me of.
Oh, sure.
We got Classical Laughing Gas. Bottom of the Pool.
Bottom of the pool, dude.
It felt like I was in the bottom of a pool looking up at the sun.
That is a really good name.
I like Bottom of the Pool.
Yeah.
I also wrote down Light on Ice.
Oh, fun.
And 1991.
1991 is also such a good name.
Yeah, I wrote down a few. I liked it a lot.
So I have one that's a pun. And it's Mortet. Do you listen to Fortet? You know Fortet?
No, but I like a Mortet. I thought sounded like a Egyptian god.
Oh, sure, totally. Fortet makes electronic music that sounds similar to that, and yours was like just a little bit like even darker and a little more like twisted and distorted. I loved it. And then I had two that are just sort of softer that I think I really like, but are maybe not what you're looking for. I had Finding Peace.
Ooh,
and
okay.
An End of an Era.
Whoa, I like that a lot.
Yeah, it felt like,
that.
especially when it was winding down at the end, it felt like there was like a real progression through like movements to the end. But then these three I like especially: Broken Dream, Nightmare in the Forest.
Damn.
Actually, no. I like Finding Peace and End of an Era better than those two. Now, when you say something out loud and you wish you were dead,
all the time.
Yeah,
Every
Nightmare
day.
in the Forest. Am I a baby?
No,
I just said nouns. I just said two nouns. That's what happened.
Nightmare in the Forest. I like that though.
Absolutely. Soup can in the
I
garbage.
don't know. End of an Era is so good.
Couch in the sky. Lamp
Couch in the Sky
woods.
is. I know it's a joke. Not a bad
Couch
name though.
in the Sky is great.
Not bad. That's a Pink Floyd cover.
Sleeping in the Sea. Yeah. Boat in the Car. This one I really like though. Math Problem.
Math Problem. Ooh.
It's like a double entendre.
I like
you know
it a
what I
lot.
mean? I personally, of the ones I came up with, I think Math Problem and An End of an Era.
End of an Era is good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm suggesting it. I think that's the king.
I think it's Math Problem, End of an Era. I also think you're right. Couch in the Sky is
Not
like
bad.
oddly
Not bad.
It's like a little dumb sounding, but also that's us.
Yeah, and that's catchy. You're not going to forget the name of the song.
Couch in the Sky.
Yeah.
It also, the imagery is cool. Like I want to be on a couch in the sky.
So do I.
Usually.
Like Pontafel
Yeah. And then you had a couple that I called out that I really liked.
Ooh, Cold Water, Bottom of the Pool.
Bottom of the Pool was really
is probably
good.
the strongest
Also,
one.
Cold Water is really good.
I don't mind Cold Water.
Yeah. And what was the last one you said?
Last one was 1991.
1991. Honestly, yeah, I can't fucking pick, Justin. Pick any of those. They're all yours.
Hell
Name
yeah.
everything.
Let us know
off
which
of
one you
those
pick.
things.
We'll email you the top hits and
Yeah, we'll
let us
send
know
these
what you
to
do.
you so you can pick before the date.
And by the time you hear this, it might have come out, and we might already know the name. So
Yeah.
hey.
Man, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thanks, man.
And that was funny. I love the song so much. I took it seriously. I think that was
I
the first
know.
time I took something seriously. This
Well,
whole
we'll do a joke name.
podcast.
Why don't you call it Ting-a-ling-ling? That's a fun name.
Yeah. Why don't you call it a 3-minute blowjob?
Whoa. Never
Yeah.
forgetting that name. Remember that till my dying day.
Totally. Why don't you call it wall ceiling? I like to name things the two things I just looked at. Why don't you call it TV exercise bike?
Yeah. Why don't you call it an elephant thing?
Yeah, foot toes.
Yeah. Lamp sandal.
Why don't you call it, what's it called? How about that?
Yeah.
the
Somebody needs to name more stuff that.
podcast is coming from inside the podcast. Yeah. Podcast inside a podcast also would be a good name.
People remember it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take any of them. When we're kidding or serious, you take any of these names. Feel free.
Man, wow, now I think podcast inside a podcast. What a good name for
I like it a lot.
If you don't name the song that, please tell us because I want to name something that.
Yeah.
The Russian Doll podcast. Where every episode you're like, wait, there's another podcast in here? All right, the main event, dude. Let's name this fucking person.
A real person.
I know.
We're gonna name a human.
Chelsea George wrote us and said, and the subject line is "Name my daughter." And so
Sweet.
here's the email. This is real. So when my daughter was born, I was in a relationship with a guy with a last name that I liked. He wasn't her father, and we broke up almost immediately, but I'd given her last name due to ignorance, puppy love, and honestly, stupidity. I mean, don't call it that. It's what it is.
That's how it goes.
You made a choice. You were in love. We all do that. So this summer, I'm finally getting her last name changed from blank, and she suggested not saying what it was because that person's not affiliated, and I get it.
Right.
But changing the name from what it was to George, which is Chelsea George's last name. Her name is Lucille, but she goes by Lucy mostly. Her current middle name, Jean, has absolutely no importance to either of us and frankly sounds bad. It makes her name sound like Lucy Jean Shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucy Jean George. I get it. I get that you want to change
George.
it.
It's almost like jorts.
So we'll be keeping Lucille/Lucy and changing the last name to George. Jean is no longer a good fit. Any suggestions for middle names? I've tried both Dave and Caleb, and neither sound great.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what are your thoughts? Do you have two middle names? She asked for Gabriella or Katya or something that sounds like a B-movie princess.
Oh.
But please help me, Obi-Wan. You are my only hope. Also, sorry this is long, but I have no life. Bye.
Oh, thank you.
It was not that long, and even if it were, it would still be wonderful. And
we love
you clearly have a life. You got a fucking kid that you're talking to about her name.
Awesome.
Your life rules.
Hell yeah. I wish my parents named me after a podcast.
Maybe they did.
Oh,
Maybe they knew. Yeah. All right, Chelsea, we got some real fucking ideas here. I really thought about this.
I did too.
I have a few joke ones and then some actual real thoughts.
Hell yeah.
And I think I have like real arguments for why you should pick them. And I think we're going to give you a bunch of options and let you pick. But I'm going to make arguments for the names I picked.
Hell
I
yeah.
think you should too.
I'll argue.
So I think that you should maybe the joke ones are these. Her full name could be Lucy in the Sky with George.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Also, you could call her Lucy, I love this bar, and George.
Or Regina from Mean Girls, Lucy Regina George.
Lucy Regina George is
not
great
bad, is
sounding
it?
name. Yeah,
Not
dude.
bad.
You got any silly ones in there?
I do. I have Lucille Nancy Reagan George.
Yeah, I also have Lucy George W. Bush George.
I got Lucille Elaine Jerry Kramer George.
Lucy Bruce Wayne George.
I got Lucille For Real George.
Yeah, there it is. Lucy Push-Ups George.
And this one I just thought it would be the hardest one to say. Would be Lucille Camille Lenore George.
Oh, holy shit. That's great.
That would be hard. And then I also just thought Arwen.
Oh,
it's very pretty from Lord of the Rings.
Nice name.
Lucille
How about,
Arwen George.
Lucy Goosey George.
Lucy Goosey George. Goosey.
You could rename. You could make her middle name Gooseel.
Gooseel.
And then
Lucille,
so she's
Gooseel.
Lucille Gooseel George, but for short, Lucy Goosey George.
How about Lucille Gooseel Ahmad Rashad George?
Yeah, perfect.
That's fun.
Well, we're done.
And I also got Ayana. I thought Lucille Ayana might be fun. And then I also got Ooh-ah-ah-ah. Ooh-ah-ah-ah.
Oh, man. It would, man, Lucy Ooh-ah that's like, it sounds so dumb, but I feel like if my middle name were Ooh-ah, it would be so fun to tell people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you...
What's your middle name? My middle name is Ooh. And you have to say it that way. It's lowercase ooh, O-O-O, uppercase O-O-O, lowercase O-O-O-H.
I love to send upper and lowercase O's to indicate that I'm going, ooh.
Same. Yeah,
I love
totally.
sending that. So how about Lucille? Ooh, George.
Ooh. Ooh.
Chinatown.
Chinatown. Lucy Chinatown George.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Lucille, my life be like, George.
Lucy Cold Brew George.
Ooh. I like it.
Okay, I have three that I think that I came up with.
Let's
that I
hear
think
the
are
real
really,
ones.
So, this was a girl I knew had this first name, and I always thought it was such a good first name for a girl, Darren. I think Lucy Darren George is
I love Darren.
Yeah, right? It's a cool fucking
It's almost
name.
as good as 7.
And this one is more like the whole name becomes a thing, but also this one's a little bit of like a all right, you're a mom in the 90s kind of thing, but Lucy St. George.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds
I like
cool.
Saint.
Yeah.
I like, obviously, Seven and Soda from Seinfeld. Someone should be using those. Feel free to use those. But Saint? Damn. I like Saint.
And this one is the one I have the best argument for personally for my life. Also, thinking about the fact that she wants to be a prince. It's not really a princessy name, but a princess would be named this. My favorite person on earth is my cousin Lauren. She's just like a person who is, she's just like, of all of the people I met and all the people I love, of the purest of heart. Mm-hmm. Like she is, well, you know what? I'm not going to describe her because she's not a comedian and I haven't talked to her about this and I don't want to like, people looking her up or whatever, but she's just like a very specific person who's made like a lot of specific choices that you wouldn't imagine or would be made together. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are just like one note. She's not that. I don't know. I don't mean to, she's just like a really interesting person who at all times is always trying to be kind. And for example, she's very religious. And a lot of religious people are accepting, but she's like devoutly religious to a religion and is more accepting than a lot of non-religious people I've ever met.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And she's a lot like that. And so I always think you should name somebody Lauren because she's my favorite person.
That is a great backstory for that. Yeah. And that's how I feel. My sisters are like that. Very religious and incredibly accepting.
Oh, cool.
Extremely religious and incredibly accepting.
Yeah. Name her that.
And
get rid of Lucy and George.
How about popcorn? Name it. You can name.
And here's my argument: popcorn is very accepting.
I know this one's dumb, but I really believe this one. I think Alexandretta is very pretty
because
and it sounds feminine, but also.
Did this come from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? Is that where you heard the word Alexandretta?
No, it came from National Treasure. I wish I could say Indiana Jones, but
fuck, dude. Dang, dude. But you know what?
Also Indiana Jones.
I rolled it through my mind, and you know what sounds good is Lucy Sign George.
Lucy Sign George. Hey, I don't hate it. Somebody's got to bear this name.
Lucy Ross George sounds crazy. It sounds like...
I don't hate Lucy Ross George. That sounds like a designer. You're like, this is a Lucy Ross George.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You are picking her future identity.
Yeah, Lucy Ross. And you should also go by Lucy Ross. I think Lucy Ross or Lucy Sinan. See, because you tried Dave and Caleb. You didn't think about our last names.
Totally.
So give them a shot. And I also think Caroline is a great middle name for a lady.
Caroline. And that's if you're going down like the more princess route, I think Caroline is really great.
Yeah. That's my girlfriend's middle name. So I think
also might another one of my favorite people is my little cousin Caroline, who's like 12 now and is just so fun. And
hey,
yeah,
that's great. I have a niece and nephew. One of them's named the girl's named Dilly.
Oh no way!
Yeah,
Dilly
Sparks Getz, and the boy's named Link.
Oh, what?
Theodore Lincoln Getz, yeah. My sister crushed it with the names.
No shit.
Yeah.
My cousin Mary named her kids. Her oldest is Caroline, and then they had twins, 2 little red-haired identical twin boys, fucking Ollie and Archie, dude.
What?
That's some good shit, right? And it's so funny because one of them, I don't remember which one, and Ollie and Archie, fellas, I'm sorry, I don't remember which one's which yet. We've only hung out the one time.
Well, and I don't want them to ever be apart because I want to always say Ollie and Archie.
One of them is like extrovert, one of them's introverted. One of them had a walkie-talkie. I'm not kidding, and hid in the house and gave us the other one, and every now and then we would just hear, hello?
Oh, man.
And then the other one made me teach him how to tie his shoes and was just yelling at me the whole time. I need to know how to tie. And the other one's hiding in the house. It was just like, it was like the best night of my life.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, totally.
I just love the twin redheaded boys named Ollie and Archie.
No shit.
That's cute.
Knocked
what do you think's our best one
park.
for her middle name? I mean,
so I think both Caroline and Lauren are great.
Yeah.
I think Saint is good.
Saint's great.
Yeah. I also think Lucy in the Sky with George is pretty funny.
I think it's very funny. And that, you know what? That might be what she might like that. I don't know.
Yeah. In the Sky with?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there were some other ones you had. Oh, Arwen.
Arwen's pretty fun.
I thought that was really good. So
Ayana.
I'm going to say Arwen, Lauren, and Caroline.
Or you do all three. You can give him a long name. There was a...
Arwen is from Lord of the Rings? Is that what it's from?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a girl that I went to high school with, and her name, she had her real name, and it was so funny when they announced it when she graduated. Her name was Rachel Elizabeth Priscilla Ann Myers.
Wow.
I'll never forget it because I was like, I think she has more names than anybody.
Totally. Man, that's fun. You could do them all.
Yeah.
Lucy Lauren.
Give a bunch of names because I love saying it. I've never forgotten
listen
it.
Listen to this. Lucy Lauren St. Caroline George.
I like it.
That sounds great.
I don't
dude.
hate it. So feel free to double, triple up on these names.
Yeah, totally. Watch at the end of this, she's going to be like, you know what? I am not giving her a middle name. Also, I'm not going to listen to this podcast anymore. These guys are off the deep end.
Oh, yeah, that's true, but you're here with us. And Harry Truman's middle name was the letter S. So feel free to experiment. Do whatever you
funny?
want.
This was like, it doesn't, I don't know, this might be our first or second, doesn't happen often, but this was like more of an earnest episode of this, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's important to be earnest.
Nice.
And
normally I feel giggly as shit. I still feel a little giggly, but I just feel nice right now.
We got a lot of laughs, but it's more about what we learned.
I feel like my heart got a back rub. You know what I mean? Yeah, totally. It's like someone put their whole hand in my ass.
Well, the name of this episode's going to be Soul Boner. And you're going
Yeah, totally. That's right. It feels like someone wrote a jazz song for my eyes. I have no idea how to talk about feeling happy.
You sound so high.
I have no idea how to express genuine emotion. I feel like someone put their elbow in my mouth. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I'm horny. I think it's just we both had so much fun yesterday, and then today we feel good again, and we're like,
it's just nice.
It's just a great time to be alive, and we love you so much. Thanks for.
I feel like I had sex with an animal.
Whoa, okay. Well,
wow, I did.
That's white guilt.
That's what white guilt is. It feels like you had sex with an animal.
Yeah, you're like,
man.
oh.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm so happy. I think I'm going to rob a liquor store.
Yeah, that's you
totally.
only never do that in a bad mood.
I'm going to go burn down a school.
You know how they say never should go grocery shopping when you're hungry?
Yeah, totally.
Don't rob a liquor store mad. Because you're going to get the kind of liquor you drink when you're mad.
Oh, dude, I wrote a stand-up joke the other week. You want to hear it?
Yes.
It's I have never said it out loud.
Ooh, hell yeah.
When I write stand-up jokes, it goes one way or the other. Either I write it down, and then when I say it, it's like immediately I know it's good. Or as I'm saying it, I'm like, no.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because when I write a joke and it's bad, it's corny. Mm-hmm. Concepts I can work out, but specific. Anyway, so the joke is... my girlfriend and I firmly believe that you shouldn't go to bed mad. And that's why I haven't slept in a week. That's all right.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
No, that's fun.
Thank y'all so much for listening to the show and watching the show.
We love
you so much. I feel like this is the end.
This is the end.
This is the end of the episode. But hey, we have a fucking Patreon episode up this week.
That's true.
We do an audio.
You can always have more.
And a video. Yeah, there's more of us if you want more of us.
Yeah.
Our Patreon podcast is called What's in There? And what are we doing this week? What should we find out what the fuck is in there?
Ooh, I feel like we wrote down a bunch. It was like the Area 51, Atlantis, what's in Fort Knox, what's in the moon, what's in the International Space Station, what's in Jeff Bezos' rocket, what's in Elon Musk's backpack, what's in what's underneath Nellie's Band-Aid, what's in
What's underneath Nellie's Band-Aid is so funny.
What's under what's inside the earth if it's hollow? What's in the Swiss cheese holes?
We haven't a lot of those are good. I want to do Atlantis at some point. I definitely want to do what's underneath Nellie's Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That's fucking incredible.
That's a fun one. What's underneath Jeff Singer's hat?
Underneath Jeff Singer's hat's great. What's in Jeff Bezos' rocket is fucking incredible. But also Malware 5000 suggested a bunch of what's in their ideas.
Ooh, thanks Malware.
They were the one who suggested the Scientology building. And one of them is Alex Jones's skull.
Let's do it. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, so we're...
Keep sending us what's in their suggestions. I like these.
On Patreon, yeah, totally. It's patreon.com/what's it called. We're finding out what's in there in Alex Jones's skull this week.
Hell yeah.
And y'all are just the best audience ever, as always.
Good night.
We'll see you next week.
Ooh.
What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Oh, he doesn't even know what it's called. What's it called? What's it called?
What's It Called is produced by Hold the Phone Comedy. HoldThePhone.tv. Yeah.